George's body is in the way of the blackboard.
Sam was wrong. No, it's gotta be Sam is wrong.
No,
I've
he
changed my
was
behavior.
until he has the chance to do a single thing today. It will remain that way. That's okay. No, we're gonna be kind to each other starting now.
Do we have oranges?
No, you stupid idiot.
Yes.
Wait, starting now? That was funny. Come on.
Lemon time.
We don't have any backstock of oranges, but that'll be the first thing we buy. Should we open now?
Yeah. Ah, we're right. We don't have the money.
People
No,
staring at the
I
card
wanna-
reader as it clearly says remove card.
Oh
wondering what
my
they're supposed to do.
god, I hate that. I was like at Ace just the other day, and the thing beeps like beep, beep. We got to 9 beeps before she like was like, "Oh, it's time for me to remove my card."
That sounds terrible, and I'm sorry that happened to you.
My one of my coworkers there, his name is Paul, which is cool. He
Your
gets
dad's name.
I know. He gets kind of passive
You sure?
aggressive with it. I'm positive. We're being nice.
Right, sorry, I forgot. I lost the plot a little.
But anytime that's going on, he like looks around really obnoxiously and goes, "What's that noise?" Like he doesn't know what that noise is. I think it's a good, like, it makes me feel good when he does it. It makes me happy. There's a whole freezer or fridge not being used. There's so many empty shelves, just empty.
Hey, remember just a second ago when you said we're being nice.
I wasn't targeting you. The fact that you believe that I was says a lot about the situation.
I hate people with big noses. Oh, you want to see where I started decorating?
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah.
Where? Here's what I was doing before we before you bought that pool table.
Ow. What?
Stand where I'm standing. You'll see it.
I see that there's open signs.
No, that wasn't me. That's the game. You can't see.
Our lanes
You
are
don't see the
opes is all spaced out.
No, I spaced it out, but that was free. You don't see what I decorated?
George, do you see it?
I bought a plant pot.
Really? You made us stand all the way out there just to point
That
out
was a
plant
good
pot.
misdirect. That was good. That was good. Because you made me like step all the way out here. You'll be able to see it. I hate you. I mean, you weren't lying, but like
No,
that.
I bought one, and then Sam blew all of our money on a pool table. That was very funny.
Oh, that's peak comedy right there. That's really
That was
good.
I worked really hard on it.
That reminds me of a time. It was when I was painting. It's another painting story for the supermarket series. We worked with this guy, Frank. His name Frank. Well, you're not supposed to dox people, but like Frank was great.
Frank Ocean.
His last name starts with an O. Great guy, really funny, very dry humor. Always has something to say to what you say, and it's always immediate. And we were painting the outside of this house on the lake, and Dad was like, "You know what? This is going to be an 8-day job with just us two. Let's call your mom and Frank in on this one, and we'll get it done in like 5 or 6." And I was like, "Cool, that sounds great. I love working with Frank." So the next day, Frank was there, and I didn't know he was there, and Dad and I were looking at the side that we had already put the first coat on, and we were there with the customer. Her name was Linda, and we were just talking to her about it. She's like, "I love how it's coming along. It's going to really cover in the second coat." You know, all the classic things you hear on every job. And Frank comes up. It was a very wooded house. It was kind of it was very tree heavy, the yard. And it was kind of hard to see, like who was where and who was doing what. You kind of had to, kind of like Grandma's front yard, but more dense in a way.
Yeah.
So a lot of you could unless you were standing right next to somebody, you couldn't really see them. The leaves like draped down. They really got in your face. It was low visibility, which is important for the story. So
Coincidentally, this is also the last day we worked with Frank.
no, but Frank did do something that got him in trouble. So it was Linda standing on the far end, Dad standing.
Okay, so no one actually got away with robbing,
Yeah, I thought it looked like they did.
but they're getting
Continue,
close.
Frank.
Linda was on the far right. We were all standing in the shrubs, kinda. Dad was in the middle talking to her, and then I was on the end, kind of being Dad's hype man, right? Because that's just what you do. And we were all quiet for a second. We were all quiet. We were just kind of admiring the work that we did. And Frank shows up on time, which is not like him. He usually shows up about 15 minutes late. And he comes up and he just goes, "Hey, Paul." And Dad goes, "Hey, Frank." And he goes, and before Dad could say anything, Frank knew that his role in our group is to be the funny guy. Yep. So he looked and he goes, Is this first coat?" And Dad was like, "It sure is. What do you think?" And he just goes,
"Oh my."
He goes, "It's covering. What?"
What?
Before you continue, I need you to come in here and look at the employee that cost $146.
Oh my God!
I can't find higher. Hang on.
The employee that
9-star.
cost.
Oh my God! Who are we firing?
Yeah, who are we getting rid of?
Well, hang on. We got to have the money to be able to keep that. So give us like an hour or two in game, and then
We can fire anyone. Who has the lowest overall stats?
probably the cheapest one.
And also someone who's not on storage.
Superflex Sandra, but we'd lose a cashier.
Normaler Steve.
I think we kill Normal or Steve.
Okay.
And this is God Steve. This is I am
Normalist Steve.
Okay. I've dismissed. I've dismissed, and
Goodbye,
I've
Normaler Steve.
hired.
Normalist Steve.
Cashier, God Steve. Okay, cool. And where do I put cashier for now, because that's where they need to be filled in for now. We need employees like that. Anyway, we were all standing, and Frank walks up. He's like, "Hey, Paul, is this first coat?" And Dad goes, Yep, this is the first coat, Frank. What do you think?" And he goes, "Well, it's covering really well, but I hate the color." And Linda goes, "Oh, you don't like it?" And he just goes, "Hi, I'm Frank. Who are you?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm Linda. This is my home." And he goes, "I'll see myself out, Linda. It was wonderful to meet you." And then he went back to his truck, blasted Adele, Rolling in the Deep specifically, and rolled away for the day. He left.
Awesome.
He drove 32 minutes to get there and was too embarrassed to stay. He was too embarrassed.
That's something Dimitri would do.
Yeah, that does sound right.
I'll see myself out.
I'll see myself. Like he leaned across me and Dad shook her hand and everything, gave her a wave, and then left. It was one of the funniest things. Oh my God, another painting story. This one's also funny, since it's just the day and we're just stocking stuff, so there's nothing really going on. We had a customer, I don't remember his last name, but we called him PRYBAR John, and I'll tell you why. There was a board on the outside of his house.
Did he hit your dad with a pry bar?
No, I wanted to hit him with a pry bar. He at first was like, "Do you guys not?" He had a very high, like, annoying to listen to voice. I'm sorry, John, if you somehow find my channel at age 78 at this point. But he had a very high, kind of scratchy voice. And he was like, "Do you? There's this board on the outside. I kind of want to replace. Do you guys have like a pry bar or something? If we had like a pry bar, we could get it off." And we're like, "Yeah, no, we don't really repair. We just kind of do the paint and light repairs. We don't like rip off siding and do anything with that." And he was like, "Well, if we had a pry bar, we could get that. We could get that done." And I'm like, "Okay, but we're not insured for that, so we're not going to do that. Like, there's rules and stuff. We can't just do that." And he's like, "Well, if you just pulled it off with a pry bar and just paint with what's underneath, it would be fine." And I'm like, "Well, it kind of wouldn't, but we're still not insured for that, so it's not going to happen. But I do appreciate you asking again."
But if we had a pry bar.
Yeah, and then that was day one. This is like, I think, a 7 or 8 day outside job. And This was every day until about day 5 or 6. Frank was with us as well. And we got to that portion of the house. And John was like, well, is it all right if we take that board off? And Frank goes, like, after we had told him no about 35 times for the same reasons, Frank was like, you know, John, I don't think we're insured for that. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. And John was like, well, if we could just get it off. And then Frank looked at me, like he was on a ladder about a story and a half up, and he looked at me, he kind of side-eyed me, he kind of grinned that goofy Frank grin that he had, and he winked. And then he goes, you know, John, if you had a PRYBAR, I think I could get that off for you. And this man moved so fast to get his PRYBAR. He was so excited because Dad gave him the heads up. He's like, if he asks again, just yank it off. I don't care. And the way that PRYBAR John moved to get his PRYBAR, it was almost adorable. But he was asking all week. And then Frank just was like, if you had like a PRYBAR or something. Frank's a blast, it
feels very like Norm McDonald.
Man, if we had like a PRYBAR.
Yeah, and then like his face, it was like, it's the slow delivery. Frank really takes his time with things, but he lets you know by dragging out like an
Gamers speaking in old Entish.
Yeah, where like he'll hit you with like with a like he'll hold the so you don't start talking so he can get his comedic timing in. It's very important to him.
Good.
Hilarious.
I mean, you know, if we had, I don't know, like a PRYBAR or something.
That dude jumped at the word PRYBAR. I ain't never seen
That's
this.
so funny.
It was genuinely one of the highlights of my illustrious
Robert.
painting career. I am about to spend big money. Oh, I can't even spend as much as I need. Oh, it's all gone.
I just restocked Frozen.
Oh, I was gonna restock alcohol.
That's okay.
Can you make PRYBAR John in 2K24?
I can. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
What's the closest
There is an entrance that comes in with a PRYBAR.
Worst case scenario, you just use the drivers again.
Buying alcohol.
What's okay, what is there a wrestling move that sounds anywhere close to the word PRYBAR?
There is now.
Hang on, product whiskey. It's 3 whiskeys and something else. Oh my god, nobody buy anything. This whiskey is... I already spent the point. But I need $1,500 to stock the whiskeys. Dimitri, can you tell me what the last thing is, or will the shopping list stay? Vodka. Premium vodka. No, I got it.
We'll be able to see what we have on boxes and stuff.
Okay, I have it all in a shopping list on the blackboard. I just have to hit purchase.
Sam, it's ready. We have the money. Sam,
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. We need $2,009. I added the last item.
Dude, I had this awesome vegan Gruyere cheese recently.
That sounds so good. I'm
not like normally a big Gruyere guy, but it was really good.
Okay, I'm gonna say something at the risk of sounding stupid.
What's Gruyere?
What is the difference between... Is this not some fancy way of making a grilled cheese?
No, it was just a fancy grilled cheese. It's what I had.
I've set the...
Gruyere cheese, is that...
Dimitri, these are the new ones.
Alright, hold on. Throw them on the shelves first so we have space. I believe in you. I believed in you the whole time. I'm your biggest supporter.
I'm still of the opinion that we just have too many shelves in this store right now.
It helps for when we...
buy the shelves, so when we get new products, we don't have to buy the shelves.
What is the date?
Dimitri, we could get 3 more perks worth of new products, and I think would be fine.
That's a good thing. You
Well, the
have
fact
given
is
me a
that
reason to continue doing it this way.
Well, let's wait until we run out of the shelf space that we have before we buy new ones and have to rearrange the whole store again.
He said again. He said again. He makes a good point. He makes a good point. He makes a good point.
In a long time.
Yeah, no, I will say, when we first ran into this problem, it was too many shelves. However, I will say that as we unlock things midday, it is nice to have the shelf space to just throw it onto. That I will say.
Sam bought the perk. I didn't know he bought the perk.
And it was fine.
Within 60 seconds, we were stocked and priced.
Yeah.
I have to add that. Nobody talked to me while I add that.
Oh, guys. After we get our newest employee off of the last alcohol thing that we just bought, we also get employees will recycle boxes, which I think will help with a lot of money retention.
Which is very exciting.
And then the next one is employees move 20% faster. So we're literally going to just employee the crap out of this place.
Yep.
Oh, and then also, if we wanted, we could save up 5 to get to turn this dumpster right out here into a recycling container.
That would be phenomenal.
Oh, there's an overall electric. Oh my goodness, I found where the next tree that has 2 employees on it. There's only 4 employees left, and two of them are on the same tree.
Yep.
We're getting kind of close to being done, guys.
Okay, sorry. I was reading the label of this specific item, this chip brand, and it says like chips mole, M-O-L-E. I don't want to say chips mole, but I couldn't quite read it at first. I thought it said chips mold.
Mold.
Oh, good.
I was like, what?
Mold.
Why are we selling that?
Chips mold. Mold scraped off of chips.
Not even till that patty is sold.
One of my favorite underrated lines from SpongeBob is, "Why is it in a cage?" And then he looks at
Because
it.
it tried to bite me.
No, it's because it growled at me.
Because it growled at me.
It growled at me.
Never forget SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs for real thought they killed the health inspector.
They did.
Instead of doing, and they tried
Like
to
not
cover it up.
even. Yeah, because which leads to another great line. There's never been any ice. Ice is just a myth.
Who was our second storage person?
But there's nothing else to storage, so.
Check the stuff.
Well, there's nothing on the road.
It was Sam did nothing wrong, I believe.
No, that's our restocker. It was Superflex.
Well, Sam did nothing wrong. Sorry, real name Gary. He's the only person.
Gary Shelfstalker?
No, just Gary.
Just Gary.
But
wait, how could
he's
you
the only
rename
one
him?
that is.
That's both.
I click on the box, I type in, and then I hit enter.
Yeah, Sam did nothing wrong is both stocking and storage, which is probably the most valuable double whammy.
Okay, hold on. I have saved our priorities in slot 1. So now, what we can do is I think this goes for everyone.
It doesn't, I don't think. Whoa, why is...
we put everyone... Hold on, shut up for a second.
I'm not doing anything. Why are you changing stuff?
Give me a second.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Smart, Dimitri, smart.
Now we can, with a button, switch everyone between.
Okay, now hold on. Is this the regular right here?
Regular is the top one.
Okay, hold on. So
This, I believe, is regular.
your priorities and my priorities are not the same.
I'm gonna do something stupid.
Okay.
but
Can
I
you
think it'll be
set
funny.
everyone to restock real quick? Can you hit your button and switch everyone? So then
They're switched.
I can now save it, and now I have them. So we each have to save them individually, which is a little annoying, but at least now it's...
Can I mess with things? Because I think it'll be funny to see.
Hang on one sec.
We have so many empty shelves.
Okay, it's ridiculous that you're saying that. And like I am
Okay, let me rephrase. We have so many shelves that are usually full that are empty right now.
better. Well, you went and blew $6,000 towards the end of the day, and it really put us back on stocking.
On what? What did I buy?
You bought...
I can think of where $6,000 went, and it's right here. This locked door. Stupid. No brain in your head.
I have a brain in my head.
Got no brain in there.
Yeah, huh?
Are we done?
Oh, I think we are.
Oh, hold on. I wanna see the thing I did.
Whoa.
Yeah, look at him.
I have. Oh my god.
The army.
Wait.
What did you do?
Look at them all. They're all out here. They're all on security.
What are you talking
Oh
about?
my god, he put everyone in the store on security.
Did you guys get
Rob us now.
Yes, I got the decoration thing.
What did you do to get us 100 achievements in one day?